Here's a quick tip on how to warm up fast on your trumpet if you're in a hurry. So many of you are probably familiar with this. It's called the Siren. You're familiar with an ambulance and the sound that that makes, or a fire engine. It's on the siren sound. Well, that's what we're going to do on the mouthpiece. So I would suggest holding it like this with just 2 fingers, keeping these fingers away from the mouthpiece so you don't feel compelled to grab it and jam it in your face, especially as you're trying to ascend. So you're going to hold it just with the forefinger and the thumb like this. And I'd also hold it down at the end here. You can see that crusty little line where it goes into your trumpet right there. This can also be a good warm-up if it's the first thing in the day, it's in the morning, you're just waking up, you're just going to start practicing, and you can start to do the siren. So here's what I recommend. Don't worry about the first pitch you're going to buzz. Just flap your lips, get some blood in them, take a big breath, make your trumpet face, embouchure, and just blow and see what note comes out. So the idea here is to not be worried about, playing in key or forcing yourself, to where your lips in a position that they don't want to go. You can just buzz and maybe a different note every time. Depends on how much you played the night before, the day before, how tired you are, how tired your lips are. So let's just see what note comes out. I'm not even thinking about pitch. So for me, that happens to be a B flat, right? Okay, so that's going to be my starting note, a B flat. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently go higher and lower and higher and lower, like a sine wave or the beginnings of a siren. We're not going to make it real wide yet. So let's do it real gentle. Remember, we're just waking up. We're just getting the chops or the embouchure acclimated to playing the trumpet. Okay, so it sounds okay. So now we're going to go higher and lower. Now, as you get more warmed up, you can start to expand that wave and make it higher and lower. Now the key here is to not have any air balls or any distortion in your buzzing sound. So. So you can see I'm starting to play higher and lower, and I'm also trying not to press harder. I remember I was taking a lesson in college, and we were doing buzzing exercises, and I did this. And my teacher was like, wow, your fingers are really riding up the mouthpiece there. You're going to want to not do that as you play higher. Don't press harder. And I was like, I don't know how to do that. So I needed to use more air, more compression, less pressure, and think more compression. So let's getting back to the siren. Take it slow. At first, you don't have to do it so wide. And do a lot of resting after you play. And then I would stop, take a rest, let the blood go back into the lips, let the chops marinate for a minute, and then come back. Maybe go a little wider this time. So you can hear it sounds like a siren, right? Now once you establish that buzz and it sounds good and it's not crusty or distorted, or you're not getting an air ball, take a little rest. Then if you want to continue the exercise, I have other videos that feature full on exercises just in using the mouthpiece. I also have some that just use the buzzing or the free lip buzz. Now here's a common problem that a lot of my students have. They can go down in a gliss fine, but when they come back up, it's different. And they lose their embouchure, they lose the balance. They're going down and then something gets stuck, they move, and they're unable to go back up. They get... And when they come back up, it's just kind of a disaster. So something is happening as they're descending. Their lips, their embouchure, their jaw, something is moving and putting their face in a different position, so they're unable to go, they're unable to ascend. So you don't want to do that. Right? You want to be able to go down and come back up, and vice versa. So if you are getting stuck at the bottom, make sure that you correct that. Now, you're going to ask, well, how do I correct that? Unfortunately, you're going to have to figure out a way to not move out of position as you descend. Really be aware of what it is your mouth, your jaw, your teeth, your lips are doing as you're going through the different registers. Now, the bottom line is, how does it sound? Does it sound good? Is it a really nice buzzy sound? Or is there a lot of cracking and airs and air balls and distortion? Because you don't want that. Now, maybe you're going to need to start lower. Maybe you're down. So your buzzing is going to be much lower. Etc., etc. You get the idea. So, experiment with this. Let me know how it feels in the comments below. Let me know if this is helpful. I want to know how you're doing. And if you'd like to hear or see any more of these tutorials about anything that you're interested in. All right, thank you so much for listening, and I'll hope to see you in the next video.